Syxx was going in. Syxx, I gotta figure out what's. Hey, y'all know what Syxx is going live on? Where that nigga is live? I don't never get to watch that shit. That little nigga is doing his thing, and I really appreciate the work that little nigga's putting in. You know what I mean? Like he's not the greatest podcaster right now. You know what I mean? Like he's learning who he is and learning his shit, and that shit is commendable. Like that shit's inspirational, motivational because that nigga's collecting data points. That nigga is doing more than a lot of people right now. That nigga is putting out info, putting out content on content on content, and by doing that, that nigga's gonna figure himself out. I see a lot of people be like, Syxx cringy, this and that, pushing too hard, reaching. But even though you may think that nigga is putting out content, and if he's starting off like this, if he's starting off at this level, just think about if that young nigga keeps putting in the work. And he figures out his lane and what he wants to do and what he wants to emulate. That nigga's gonna be good. I feel like Syxx has the opportunity to be really great in this field, and not just under Community World, but just with what he brings to the table. His intelligence. He's young. He's the youth. He has a connection to the youth. You know what I mean? Like we way older. Well, I'm way older than Cuz, but he actually has his fingers in the game with the kids that are watching and stuff. So pay attention to Syxx. He may not be there right now, but that nigga ain't gonna do nothing but get better and better and better. He only gonna level up. And what I like about that nigga is he don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, if this don't work, whatever, who gives a shit? It's just, and that's the mentality you gotta have it. I feel like Syxx has the fuck it mentality. Like, nigga, y'all niggas bagging on me. Y'all niggas joke. Okay, whatever, nigga. Shit, that didn't work, whatever. I'm still going. It's not gonna stop me from progressing. And I think a lot of people need to take on that attitude or that outlook or that disposition. Like even me, like I know I'm not that good. I know I'm not that great. But if I keep putting in the work and keep staying in the lane that I'm in my own lane, nigga, shit's gonna manifest into something great. So Syxx, I was just paying attention to Syxx a lot yesterday because he had a lot of videos and Yazzers was posting a lot of his shit. So I was just looking at it and then just like, damn, this little nigga is gonna at some point in time, this nigga is gonna be that guy. Like people joke and laugh and like make fun, like, Syxx is cringy or this and that. So what, nigga? He's figuring out what to do and what not to do. You can't get better. You can't get better without putting out effort. If you ain't putting no effort, you ain't putting out a product. How you know what's gonna work and what's not gonna work, or what you like and what you don't like? So that's what I really appreciate about that nigga Syxx. And I had caught one of that nigga's lives with Stet was on his live. Stet was on his live with Bell the rapper. I talked about it on my live yesterday. And the show had content to me. I feel like it had some substance, like the storyline, talking about what Stet had did at the gym and this and that. And like it flowed naturally. So this is just like a shout out. A shout out to Syxx, you know what I mean? Like keep pushing, keep doing your shit. Like nigga, you're a beastie right now because you putting out content. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, nigga. They can't say shit to a nigga that's putting out content. The nigga, like, you to put out content is practicing. This is a field where you gotta to practice. You gotta fail. You gotta feel yourself out. You gotta see how it works, how this goes, and that's the practice. But people are so worried about perspectives and what people think about them that they won't put in the work, which is the practice. It's fucked up that the practice has to be on live and it has to be recorded, but that's how it is, nigga. That's the shit. This is where the game is. And for you to be successful, you got to put yourself out there and you got to have that fucking mentality. Yeah, I heard you get paid more on Kick. So that's where he's at. He's on Kick. I got to figure out how to watch that shit because I definitely want to support. And them niggas is doing them 24-hour shits, I think. Them, whatever they call those things. But yeah, before we get into that, I just want to say, like, a lot of people be trying to shit on Syxx and like how he's moving or whatever. He's a young nigga figuring it out. He's figuring his lane out, and that's a good thing. And nigga, we just here to support and help. Now, if the nigga's crashing out on some dumb shit, like, of course, I would hope his loved ones, Jack, Terrell, whatever, they would really mean like, hey, nigga, this ain't working or this and that. But he's the youngest one putting in the work, associating, rubbing elbows with all the niggas like that. Nigga, his future is bright. And I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? That nigga went in on Stet. I think he may have took what Stet said the wrong way. Like, I don't think Stet was saying, like, Syxx, like, that's what I'm not going to do. You know what I mean? I don't think he was saying, like, I'm not going on that episode of that show or fuck that platform. I just think he just misinterpreted. And that's some of this shit is worse than text message. Like, the perspectives shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could take this shit out of take it out of perspective and interpret it however you interpret it, and that's not what they meant. Trial and error. That's all it is. It's just fucking trial and error. And that nigga is figuring it out, and he's doing his thing. And if I'm telling you, he's like setting the example, damn near like, nigga, like, hey, you want to do some shit, nigga? You want to blow up in this shit, or you want to grow? Do what Cuz is doing. Put out content. You gotta put out content. You gotta find out who likes you and who don't fuck with you. Syxx, I just be having fun, bro. Nigga was speaking almost like that shit was doing that. Nah, nigga, y'all do your thing, man. Y'all do your thing. Nigga, you just missed it. I was just giving you Syxx. I was just giving you your flowers, cuz like I like what you're doing. And I like that you putting out content, and I like that you don't give a fuck about what people are thinking. Hey, Money Train Media, thank you for the super chat. Came to show love. Rios, keep killing it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But I was just saying, like, how you are putting out enough content where you could collect data points on yourself, nigga, and be like, okay, this is what's working for me. This is what's not working for me. This is what my people like. This is not what my people like. And you only find that out by putting out content and putting out work. Like, the difference between this is your practice here is live. Your practice gets to be looked at, gets to get recorded, gets to get clipped and snipped. And you got to be like, fuck it, nigga. And Syxx definitely got that fuck it attitude. Nigga, like, motherfuckers be trying to come at him and do shit, but is it stopping that nigga's flow? Nah, that nigga's still going. And that's what a lot of motherfuckers need to do.